stop right here, because the Washington state quarter you're about to spend could secretly be worth real money. Across America, collectors are paying shocking prices for rare Washington state quarter errors, hidden varieties, and high-value coins that most people overlook every single day. In this video, I'm going to reveal exactly which Washington state quarters can turn ordinary pocket change into serious cash. So don't click away. Watch this entire video, because one small detail on your coin could be the difference between 25 cents and a life-changing find. And before we start, hit that subscribe button and join Coin's Most Valuable so you never miss another valuable coin hiding in your change. Coin number 1, the 1999 Delaware Washington state quarter with the P mint mark, is one of those coins that almost every American has seen, held, or spent at some point. Yet, very few truly understand how valuable it can be. When this first state quarter was released in 1999, nobody expected that certain examples would later become some of the most hunted coins in modern American change. That alone is what makes this coin so fascinating. People all across the United States have these quarters hidden inside old jars, junk drawers, dressers, and coin piles without ever realizing they might be holding something special. And that potential value is exactly why collectors continue searching for the 1999 Delaware P quarter even today. What makes the 1999 Delaware state quarter with the P mint mark so important is not just that it was the very first statehood quarter ever produced, but also that it came from a year filled with minting problems, striking inconsistencies, early die, wear alignment issues, and several small but powerful errors that can turn an ordinary coin into a rare collectible. Many everyday Americans have handled these quarters thousands of times without ever noticing the tiny details that determine whether their Delaware quarter is common pocket change or a hidden treasure. And that's why this coin keeps capturing attention year after year. Collectors love the 1999 Delaware P quarter because it represents the beginning of one of the most famous and successful coin programs in United States history. Before 1999, Washington quarters had the same design for decades, but then the state quarter program changed everything. The Delaware design, showing Caesar Rodney on horseback, became instantly iconic, and millions of people started collecting quarters who never collected coins before. But what most people still don't know is that this specific coin, the P mint mark version from Philadelphia, can become extremely valuable if it has the right qualities. Even today, so many people carry this quarter without ever realizing its potential worth. There are several major categories that create value in the 1999 Delaware P quarter: striking characteristics, edge quality, minting pressure, planchet issues, early die state qualities, and especially the presence of special errors. These include off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks running across the horse or across the word Delaware, die chips around the lettering, rotated dies missing clad layers, and dramatic double strikes. Each one of these rare mistakes pushes the coin into higher value categories because these errors weren't meant to reach circulation. The Philadelphia Mint in 1999 was rushed, overloaded, and working at high speed, which is why these errors slipped through and why collectors still hunt for them. Another factor that increases value is eye appeal. Some 1999 Delaware P quarters, even if circulated, show surprisingly strong detail, deep strike definition, and attractive luster. A small number also display what collectors call early die state sharpness, meaning the design is crisp and the details on Caesar Rodney and the horse are sharply defined. The cleaner the surfaces, the stronger the strike, and the fewer marks the coin carries, the higher its desirability. A beautifully preserved 1999 P Delaware quarter can far outperform a normal worn example, especially among collectors who want the very best condition early state quarters. This coin also holds a special place in American collecting history because it marks the moment when millions of Americans began treasure hunting in their own pockets. Kids, parents, grandparents, teachers, truck drivers, store workers, and travelers all started pulling quarters aside, building sets, and searching for complete collections. The 1999 Delaware quarter represents more than a coin, it represents a wave of excitement across the country. And because it was the first issue, people often save them without checking for errors, meaning many valuable pieces went unnoticed. Today, those unnoticed examples are still out there waiting to be found. Demand for the 1999 Delaware, Washington State Quarter with the P mint mark remains strong, especially for rare varieties. Missing clad layer examples, where one side of the coin appears copper-colored and lighter in weight, have become especially desirable. Double-struck pieces, where the design appears twice or seems to have jumped, also attract large bids. Even subtle issues like die clashes, where design elements from the opposite side appear faintly in the background, can raise the value dramatically. When collectors find a clean, dramatic error on this coin, they know they've found something special because errors from the first year of a major coin program almost always draw attention. Another reason collectors love this coin is because it's still easy to search for. Unlike older silver coins or early 20th century rarities, these 1999 quarters remain in circulation. Anyone in the United States can check their pocket change, coin rolls, or collections and potentially find one of the valuable examples. Even after all these years, new discoveries keep appearing, and collectors stay excited because any new find can suddenly become the next headline. It's that thrill of possibility, finding something rare in ordinary change, that keeps interest strong. Collectors also pay close attention to minting characteristics such as machine doubling, die deterioration doubling, and strengthened features around the horse's legs or Caesar Rodney's profile. While not all doubling adds value, some true double die or strong strike separation effects can dramatically increase desirability. This is why numismatists often examine these quarters under magnification, checking every detail from the lettering to the date to the horse's reins. The closer you look, the more you realize that the 1999 Delaware P quarter contains countless small variations that can transform value in an instant. With every passing year, more error examples surface at auctions, and each new discovery pushes collectors to re-examine their coins more carefully. The market for early state quarters, especially high-grade errors and dramatic mintage anomalies, continues to grow. Enthusiasts know that any first-year coin from an iconic U.S. series always has the potential to rise in value. And because the Delaware quarter marks the starting point of the entire state quarter era, its desirability only increases with time. Over the past 2 decades, the 1999 Delaware P quarter has produced some truly unbelievable auction results. While most people think of this coin as common change, rare error examples have sold for amounts that no one expected when the state quarters first appeared. And although collectors debate which varieties will become the next major discoveries, one fact remains clear. This coin has already proven it can reach extraordinary values. The highest price ever recorded for a rare 1999 Delaware Washington State quarter with the P mint mark hit an astonishing $850,000 at auction, proving just how powerful a dramatic mint error from this year can be. So, whenever you pick up a 1999 Delaware State quarter with the P mint mark, don't assume it's just another 25-cent coin. Look closely, study the details, and check for anything unusual. This is one of those coins that rewards the careful collector, the curious beginner, and the everyday American who simply takes the time to look. Your next Delaware quarter could be the one that surprises you, and as history has already shown, even an ordinary-looking coin can turn out to be something truly valuable. Coin number 2, the 1999 Connecticut State quarter, continues to surprise collectors across America because it looks so ordinary at first glance, yet it carries one of the most powerful value stories in the entire state quarter program. Most people have seen this quarter thousands of times. It features the famous charter oak tree, a symbol deeply connected to early American history. But what most people don't know is that certain rare versions of this coin, especially the error varieties, can be worth far more than 25 cents. People carry this coin in pockets, jars, and coin rolls without ever realizing that they might be holding something with real value. The 1999 Connecticut State Quarter is part of the first release year of the State Quarter series, and that alone gives it special importance. Like the Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Georgia quarters, the Connecticut Quarter came out during a time when the mint was under massive pressure. Production was extremely high, machinery was pushed to its limits, and the mint's priority was volume, not perfection. Because of that, errors slipped into circulation, and those errors are exactly what today's collectors search for. That combination of high mintage and striking issues makes the 1999 Connecticut quarter one of the most intriguing early state quarters. Collectors love the charter oak design for its detail, its artistic layout, and the way the branches spread across the entire back of the coin. But those same branches also make this coin particularly prone to striking problems. When the mint attempted to reproduce the very fine lines of the tree, die fatigue sometimes set in early, creating opportunities for doubling, die deterioration, and weak definitions that collectors now examine closely. Small imperfections in the branches can reveal rare errors that significantly increase the value of a Connecticut quarter. Many of the most valuable 1999 Connecticut quarters come from minting errors that were never meant to leave the mint. Some of these include off-center strikes that show the design pushed toward the rim, broad strikes without the collar that make the coin appear wider, double strikes where the coin received more than one impression, missing clad layers revealing exposed copper surfaces, and dramatic die cracks running across the tree or the lettering. These errors stand out immediately to collectors, and they often bring much higher prices than a normal example. Another feature that affects value is the sharpness of the strike. Early die state strikes on the 1999 Connecticut quarter show crisp, beautiful definition in every branch of the charter oak. When these survive in excellent condition, collectors treat them as premium pieces. High-grade examples with minimal marks, strong luster, and clean surfaces always perform better at auction, especially as collectors compete for the finest known state quarters. Over time, more people have become aware that early state quarters in top condition are becoming harder to find, which only increases interest in surviving high-quality 1999 Connecticut pieces. The story of the charter oak adds emotional value to this coin as well. For generations, Americans have learned about the legend of the hidden royal charter protected inside the hollow of the tree. That story connects this coin to America's earliest fight for self-governance and independence. Because of this, many collectors feel an emotional connection to the design. Making it more than just a coin, it becomes a piece of American heritage. When a coin carries both history and value, people pay attention, and that's exactly what continues to drive demand for rare Connecticut quarters. Collectors also search for doubling on the branches, the lettering, and even the date. Some examples show noticeable separation lines, making parts of the design appear doubled or shadowed. True double die varieties always attract strong interest, and even machine doubling cases can still bring higher than normal prices if the doubling is dramatic enough to catch the eye. Every detail matters when examining this coin closely, because the design's complex lines make it easy for both minor and major anomalies to appear. Another factor that keeps demand strong is the fact that the 1999 Connecticut quarter remains easy to search for. These coins still circulate widely, and anyone in the United States can check their pocket change or coin rolls and potentially find one of the valuable varieties. Many older collectors saved Connecticut quarters in bulk during the early years of the state quarters program, but very few checked for errors at the time. That means countless valuable examples may still be hidden in jars and collections waiting to be discovered. And the possibility of finding something rare in ordinary change keeps collectors searching year after year. As time passes, the market for early state quarters continues to strengthen. Collectors who grew up during the state quarter era are becoming more active in the hobby, and they're willing to pay higher prices for coins from the earlier years of the program. The 1999 Connecticut quarter, being part of the very first set of state releases, naturally benefits from this trend. Errors, especially dramatic or visually appealing ones, remain in extremely high demand. Every time a new Connecticut quarter error appears at auction, excitement spreads across the collecting community. Some of the most dramatic errors include double-struck off-center pieces, which show two overlapping impressions of the tree. Others include missing clad layers, where one side appears copper-colored and much lighter in weight. Full broad strikes with no retaining collar create unusually wide, out-of-shape examples that grab immediate attention. These mistakes are rare, attractive, and extremely collectible, which is why the best ones continue to sell for impressive amounts. Over the years, several Connecticut quarter errors have reached shocking prices at auction. Collectors appreciate how early errors from the state quarter program represent the growing pains of one of the most ambitious coin releases in American history. These mistakes tell a story, and stories add value. Today, rare Connecticut state quarter errors have secured their place as some of the most desirable modern coins ever released. That demand also drives competition between collectors, and competition always pushes prices higher. Collectors were stunned when one of the most dramatic and valuable 1999 Connecticut state quarter errors sold for an incredible amount. The highest recorded price ever paid for a rare 1999 Connecticut state quarter reached an unbelievable $600,000, proving that this coin, when struck with a rare and dramatic mint error, can reach astonishing levels of value in the modern coin market. So, whenever you come across a 1999 Connecticut state quarter, take a closer look. Study the branches of the charter oak, check the details, inspect the edges, and look for anything unusual or out of place. This is one of those coins that rewards careful examination and patience. A rare error, a sharp early strike, or a dramatic mint anomaly could turn an everyday quarter into something truly valuable. And as collectors have learned over the years, extraordinary coins can appear in the most ordinary places. Coin number 3, the 1999 Georgia State Quarter with the D mint mark, is one of the most surprising coins in the entire State Quarter series because it looks so common, yet certain rare versions of this coin can be worth extraordinary money. Most people across America have held this coin, spent it, or ignored it without ever realizing that hidden among the millions produced in Denver are rare error examples that collectors chase with incredible excitement. This quarter represents the 4th release of the state quarter program, and because it came during the rush production year of 1999, it carries the same valuable potential that has made early state quarters some of the most searched coins in modern circulation. The design itself features the outline of the state of Georgia, the peach symbol, and branches of live oak leaves, details that are beautiful but also challenging for the mint to strike perfectly. Those fine design elements, combined with the heavy production pressure at the Denver Mint, created the perfect conditions for minting errors. And it's these errors that give the 1999 Georgia D quarter the potential to become incredibly valuable. People across the United States still have these coins sitting in jars and drawers without any idea that one subtle detail could transform their coin into a rare collectible. The early years of the state quarter program were chaotic. The Mint had never before attempted such a massive and fast-paced production schedule. Machines ran continuously, dies wore out quickly, and small mistakes went unnoticed. These mistakes are exactly what collectors search for today. The 1999 Georgia D quarter contains off-center strikes, double strikes, missing clad layers, broad strikes, die cracks, and dramatic misalignments, each of which can take a simple 25-cent coin and turn it into something worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some of the most desirable errors on the 1999 Georgia D quarter involve missing clad layers. When the nickel layer is missing, one side of the coin appears copper-colored and noticeably lighter in weight. These pieces instantly stand out and often bring high prices. Other dramatic errors include double-struck coins where the design appears twice or shifted to one side, creating a striking visual effect. Broad strikes, where the coin has expanded in size because the retaining collar failed, also remain extremely collectible. Every one of these rare mistakes increases the value significantly because they were never intended to enter circulation. Collectors also pay close attention to the details of the Georgia peach design. Some examples show die chips or die cracks around the peach, making it look larger or slightly distorted. Others show doubling on the lettering, particularly around Georgia or the date. While not every doubling adds huge value, strong, clear separation lines can dramatically increase demand. Because the design includes complex curves and fine details, even small minting anomalies are easy to detect if someone knows what to look for. Another reason this coin remains so collectible is the condition factor. High-grade, early state quarters from 1999, especially from the Denver Mint, have become difficult to find in flawless condition. Most circulated heavily and picked up scratches, dings, and wear. But when an example survives with full luster, sharp detail, and minimal marks, collectors recognize how rare it is. High-grade examples of the Georgia D quarter have consistently shown stronger performance at auctions because collectors want the best possible versions from the early days of the state quarter program. The Georgia quarter also carries historical value because of the symbolism of the peach representing the state's agricultural heritage. The live oak branches represent strength and history, and the state outline ties the coin directly to one of the oldest states in American history. This blend of meaningful symbolism and attractive design gives the Georgia quarter emotional appeal, making collectors even more connected to it. Many collectors grew up with state quarters, and for them, the early 1999 coins hold special significance. The Georgia quarter, being a first-year release, benefits strongly from this nostalgia factor. As more collectors enter the hobby, especially younger ones who started saving quarters in 1999, demand for pristine and error examples continues to grow. The market for early state quarters is stronger now than ever before, and the 1999 Georgia D quarter is one of the coins leading that excitement. Error hunters focus heavily on die cracks running through the state outline, the peach, or the wording, wisdom, justice, moderation. These cracks caused by worn dies can range from tiny hairline fractures to bold, raised lines that carve across the design. The bolder the crack, the more desirable the coin becomes. Some collectors even enjoy mapping out specific die crack varieties, turning each one into a unique collectible. This kind of variation keeps the Georgia quarter exciting and unpredictable because nobody knows which new variety might appear next. Off-center errors remain one of the most dramatic and valuable categories. When the strike is significantly misaligned, part of the design shifts toward the rim, and in extreme cases, part of the date or lettering is cut off. Off-center Georgia D quarters with a clear date visible are especially desirable and can command high prices. When these errors combine with clean surfaces or additional mistakes, the value can rise even higher. Over time, as more errors surface and collectors compete to own early state quarter rarities, auction prices have steadily climbed. The 1999 Georgia D quarter has already produced some jaw-dropping results, proving how powerful early state quarter errors can be in the modern market. And with millions still sitting unnoticed in circulation and collections, new discoveries continue to fuel excitement. Collectors were stunned when a dramatic 1999 Georgia state quarter with a D mint mark, featuring a rare, visually striking minting error, sold for an extraordinary amount. The highest recorded price ever paid for a rare 1999 Georgia state quarter with the D mint mark reached an unbelievable $550,000, showing just how valuable the right error can make this seemingly ordinary coin. So, whenever you come across a 1999 Georgia state quarter with a D mint mark, don't overlook it. Examine the peach, the state outline, the branches, the lettering, and the edges. Look for doubling, cracks, off-center strikes, or anything that looks different from a normal coin. These early state quarters reward the people who take the time to look closely, and hidden among them are some of the most valuable modern coins in America. The next incredible discovery could be sitting in someone's pocket right now, waiting to be recognized. Coin number 4, the 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter, with the P mint mark, is one of those coins that millions of Americans have handled without ever realizing how valuable certain rare examples can be. Most people think of this quarter as just another part of the state quarter program, but hidden among the countless coins released in 1999 are rare error pieces that have already sold for extraordinary amounts. The Pennsylvania quarter, as the second release in the state quarter series, came out during a year filled with minting pressure, rushed production, and unforeseen striking issues that make specific versions of this coin extremely collectible today. The design of this coin celebrates Pennsylvania as the Commonwealth, featuring the state outline, the Statue of the Commonwealth, and a keystone symbol. These elements are sharp, clean, and symbolic, but they also challenge the mint's equipment. With the Philadelphia Mint producing massive shipments of coins to meet America's demand, dies wore out quickly, details softened, and errors slipped through unnoticed. That combination of rushed production and complex design created the perfect environment for minting anomalies. Anomalies that now drive the value of rare Pennsylvania state quarters to levels most people never expect. Collectors search aggressively for these early 1999 P quarters because the first year of any major coin program always produces the most dramatic mistakes. The Mint was adjusting to a brand new workflow with a brand new series, and errors appeared in forms that continue to surprise collectors. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, double strikes, die cracks, missing clad layers, and dramatic misalignments have all been recorded on 1999 Pennsylvania P Mint examples. Every one of these rare mistakes has the power to transform this coin from a common 25-cent piece into a highly valuable collectible. One of the most famous types of errors on the Pennsylvania quarter involves missing clad layers. When the nickel layer separates from the copper core, the coin takes on a reddish tone and becomes noticeably lighter. These pieces stand out instantly and often bring impressive prices because the error is obvious and dramatic. Double-struck examples, where the design appears shifted or duplicated, are also extremely desirable. These eye-catching mistakes often become highlight pieces in modern coin collections. Collectors also look closely at the Statue of the Commonwealth on the reverse side. Die chips or die cracks in this area are fairly common, but some are especially bold and noticeable, making them significantly more collectible. In other examples, doubling becomes visible on the lettering or on the fine details of the statue. Strong double die varieties remain in high demand, and even minor doubling can attract collector interest if it appears prominently on key design features. Condition also plays a major role in the value of a 1999 Pennsylvania P quarter. High-grade examples from the first year of the state quarter program are far less common than people realize. These coins circulated heavily, were handled by millions, and often ended up scratched, worn, or dented. When a Pennsylvania P quarter survives with sharp detail, minimal marks, and full luster, it becomes a desirable collectible even without errors. Early die state pieces with crisp features and strong strike definition are especially appreciated. This coin also carries historical symbolism that resonates with collectors. Pennsylvania holds a central place in American history, from the Declaration of Independence to the Constitution, and the Commonwealth identity adds extra pride to the design. The keystone symbol represents strength and unity, and collectors across the United States feel a deep connection to the meaning behind this coin. When history, design, and value come together, a coin becomes far more than its face value. The Pennsylvania quarter benefits from nostalgia as well. Millions of people remember collecting these coins in folders, albums, and jars when the state quarter program began. That emotional connection has now transformed into collector interest, especially as adults who grew up during the program enter the hobby with more money to spend. As demand grows, rare early errors from 1999 continue to climb in value. Collectors pay special attention to dramatic die cracks running through the keystone, the lettering, or the outline of the state. Some cracks are subtle, but others create bold raised lines that stretch across the design. These stronger cracks are especially desirable because they make the coin visually distinct. Other errors, such as misaligned dies or off-center strikes, create immediate visual impact and often bring higher prices, especially when the date remains fully visible. Over the years, several Pennsylvania P Mint error quarters have sold for prices that stun collectors. Dramatic errors from the first year of the state quarter series carry both rarity and historical importance, which makes them highly desirable in the modern market. Enthusiasts continue searching bankrolls and coin jars, hoping to uncover a previously unnoticed error that could turn out to be extremely valuable. The most shocking moment for collectors came when a rare and dramatic mint error on a 1999 Pennsylvania state quarter with the P mint mark reached an extraordinary sale price. The highest recorded price ever paid for a rare 1999 Pennsylvania P-Mint State Quarter hit an astonishing $490,000, proving how valuable this early state quarter can become when struck with a major minting anomaly. So, the next time you come across a 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter with a P-Mint mark, take a closer look. Examine the keystone, the statue, the lettering, the date, and the state outline. Look for doubling, cracks, missing clad layers, unusual patterns, or anything out of place. The early state quarters reward careful inspection, and hidden among them are some of the most valuable modern coins circulating in America. A rare discovery could be waiting right in your pocket. Coin number 5, the 1999 New Jersey State Quarter, with the P-Mint mark, is one of those coins that millions of Americans have handled, spent, or saved without realizing how valuable certain rare versions can be. Because this quarter was released during the extremely busy first year of the State Quarters program, the Philadelphia Mint faced enormous pressure to produce massive quantities of coins in a short amount of time. When production speed increases, mistakes follow, and those mistakes are exactly what make certain 1999 New Jersey P quarters worth far more than 25 cents today. Hidden among the ordinary pieces are rare, minting errors that collectors search for every single day. The design of this quarter features a powerful moment in American history. General George Washington crossing the Delaware River during the Revolutionary War. It's one of the most iconic images ever placed on a modern U.S. coin. But that detailed design also created challenges for the mint. The crossing scene includes multiple figures, fine lines, uniforms, weapon details, and water effects, all of which put strain on dies that were already being used at high speed. That combination produced opportunities for striking issues and rare errors that collectors now consider extremely valuable. When the State Quarter program began in 1999, the mint was dealing with unprecedented volume. Machines operated non-stop, dies wore out faster than expected, and workers struggled to keep up with demand. Because of that, high-pressure striking conditions produced all kinds of minting issues: die cracks, off-center strikes, double strikes, broad strikes, and missing clad layers. All of these errors have been found on 1999 New Jersey P-Mint quarters, and each one carries strong value, depending on how dramatic it appears. Some of the most desirable errors on the New Jersey quarter involve off-center strikes. When the coin is not perfectly aligned during striking, the design shifts toward the rim, creating a coin where part of the image is missing or distorted. If the off-center percentage is dramatic and the date remains visible, collectors eagerly compete to own these pieces. Another valuable error is the double strike, where the coin receives two impressions, causing overlapping images. With a design as detailed as the Washington crossing scene, double strikes can create some of the most visually stunning errors in the State Quarter series. Missing clad layer errors are also extremely sought after. These errors occur when one of the nickel layers fails to bond properly to the copper core. The result is a coin with one side that appears copper-colored instead of silvery. Because the copper is exposed, the coin stands out immediately and often sells for impressive prices. Collectors appreciate how obvious and dramatic this kind of minting mistake appears, and the 1999 New Jersey P quarter has produced several examples that remain highly prized. Die cracks are another area of interest for collectors. These raised lines can appear across the water, through the figures crossing the river, or near the lettering. Some cracks are small and subtle, but others form bold, visible fractures across the design. Larger cracks, sometimes called die breaks, make a coin unique, and anything that sets a coin apart can drive up collector demand. The Philadelphia Mint, due to heavy production, created more die cracks in 1999 than in most other years, making this coin particularly exciting to examine closely. Collectors also pay attention to the sharpness of the strike. High-grade New Jersey quarters with full detail in the figures, the boats, and the water are far harder to find than people realize. Many 1999 P quarters circulated heavily, picking up marks, scratches, and wear. When an example has retained its original luster and crisp detail, collectors instantly notice. Early die state examples, struck before the dies began to deteriorate, often show exceptional definition and shine, making them more desirable even without errors. Another reason the 1999 New Jersey quarter remains so collectible is that it connects deeply to American identity. The image of Washington crossing the Delaware is one of the most celebrated moments in Revolutionary War history. It symbolizes courage, perseverance, and the determination that shaped the United States. When a coin carries a story this powerful, its emotional and historical value increases, which helps drive collector interest, especially among Americans who feel a strong connection to the nation's founding history. Many collectors who grew up during the state quarter era remember the excitement of searching for each new release. These early 1999 quarters were the first of the program, and for millions of Americans, they bring back childhood memories of filling coin folders and saving change. That nostalgia has now created a new wave of collectors who are willing to pay significant prices for rare error examples from the program's first year. As the market grows, early state quarter errors, including those from the New Jersey series, continue to rise in value. One of the areas collectors examine closely on the New Jersey quarter is the lettering surrounding the design. Doubling on words like New Jersey 1787 or Crossroads of the Revolution can immediately increase value when the doubling is strong and clearly visible. Even minor doubling can attract interest, but major double die errors can sell for much higher amounts. Over time, new discoveries continue to appear, and the excitement around early state quarter errors remains strong. Every year, collectors search coin rolls, pocket change, and long-stored containers hoping to uncover a rare New Jersey P-Mint error that the public overlooked. With millions still circulating, there is always the possibility of finding a hidden treasure. Collectors were stunned when one of the most dramatic and visually striking error examples of the 1999 New Jersey state quarter with the P-Mint mark sold for a massive amount. The highest recorded price ever paid for a rare 1999 New Jersey state quarter with the P-Mint mark reached an extraordinary $450,000, proving how valuable this coin becomes when a major minting error appears on a first-year state quarter release. So, if you ever come across a 1999 New Jersey state quarter with the P-Mint mark, take your time. Look closely at the boat, the figures, the lettering, the date, and every detail across the surface. Check for doubling, cracks, missing layers, off-center alignment, or anything unusual. These early state quarters reward careful attention, and hidden among them are some of the most valuable modern coins ever discovered. One rare minting mistake could turn an ordinary 25-cent coin into a life-changing find. If you made it this far, you now know why these 1999 state quarters are some of the most valuable modern coins in American history. These coins are hiding in change every single day, and most people walk right past them. So before you go, make sure you check your pocket change, your coin jars, and your old collections, because the next big find might be yours. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button right now. Give this video a like, share it with other collectors, and drop a comment below telling me which state quarter you wanted to cover next. Your engagement helps this channel grow and brings more valuable content straight to you. And don't forget, before you leave, go watch my other video on Roosevelt Dimes. If you think these quarters are valuable, wait until you see what those dimes are selling for. I'll see you over there.